just one more project. And today I'm going to show you how to add text to the frame that we made last week. I have these signs in my kids' bathrooms, and a lot of people always ask me how I made them, so I thought it would be fun to do that. So this is kind of like a part 2 from last week. Okay, so we made that frame last week, the square frame with the scored lines. And I'm going to show you guys how to add text to the front piece of that frame. So last week we had a piece like this, and it had a piece, oh, let's bring this to the front. And it had a piece like this that went on top, and then we had scored lines over it. So now I'm going to add text. Of course, it's not going to go all the way in the front. There we go. Okay, so I want to add text to this front layer. Now, I really like to use the font, what's it called? Autumn and November, and partially because if you look at the letters, they all, I'm going to zoom in so you can see this. They are all attached together, and sometimes it's hard to find fonts that the capital letter is not attached to the lowercase letters. So this one, almost always, I feel like they are attached. So I like using this one. You can use whatever you want if you have a font that you like, but we're going to go with this for this tutorial. So I have it all, I already made it to show you all what I was trying to do. So let's go over here and selected some text, and I'm going to blow this up, and we're going to start with the word brush. So type in brush. I am going to hit my direct selection tool, have it selected, and I am going to look for autumn in November. Okay, so we have this word brush. Let's blow it up, and I'm going to bring this frame over here so you guys can see. And we want to make sure that the little flourish on the B and the flourish on the H are attached to your frame. Now, if you look right there, that's pretty good, and that's pretty good. Okay, so now we want to convert that into, or we want to create outlines for it. So I always right-click, create outlines, and as you can see, it has created outlines around each letter. This part right here, if you can see right there, it also created outlines between each individual letter. So the way that you get rid of that is go to your Pathfinder, make sure it's all selected, and hit the Unite key. And all of these have united, so it is one simple cut. If you don't do that, your Glowforge is going to cut each letter individually, and then it's all going to fall apart, and it will be a disaster. So, now looking at this, it looks pretty good to me. However, when the Glowforge cuts this, it depends on how big you want to make this sign. So let's say I want to make little 4x4 signs. If I'm going to make them 4x4, these little skinny pieces are going to be really skinny. So I think I'm going to thicken that up. If you're going to make it super large, you know, like a 10x10 sign, you probably don't need to do that. But I have these in my kids' bathroom. They're little small signs stacked up on top of each other on the wall. So let's go ahead and just make it a little thicker. So the way I'm doing that is I have it selected, and I'm going to go to my strokes over here, and I'm going to add about 1 point. Let's do 2 points. I think that looks pretty good. So now you can see your path is here, and it has added 2 point strokes above, or 2 points of strokes, there you go, above it. So the Glowforge is still going to cut that. And it's not going to cut around it. So we're going to go to Object, Expand, Fill and Stroke, and it's going to expand it. And now you can see there's paths everywhere. There's one there, there. We want to unite that. When you hit Unite, your path shows up right here. See that? Okay, so that is pretty thick. I think that looks really good. Now you want to unite this to your frame, okay? So the way we do that, my screen stops going wonky on me. All right. Okay, the way we do that is we highlight it all, and I'm also selecting the frame and the text, and you do that by using your direct selection tool, highlight all of it, and I'm going to unite. And this is what happens when you unite. So now you have this one piece right here that your Glowforge is going to cut, and you can stack it on top. Y'all, my computer is going nuts. Every time I try to record, it just like freezes up on me, so that's really fun. Okay, so now you can stack this on top, and like I always do at the end, I select them both, go to my Align tool, horizontal align center and vertical align center, and now it is perfectly centered. Okay, last thing, before you go ahead and put this in the Glowforge software, you have to make sure it's laser ready. So you're going to click on the top piece, and we're going to swap fill and stroke, and so it's going to make it a stroke, and you're going to do the same thing with the top, or the bottom piece, sorry. Swap, fill, and stroke, and now you have two pieces. They are good to go. Save that as an SVG and upload it into your Glowforge software. And that's it.